Hi, this is Heath.
I'm Nicole.
And we're with Living Meta. We have another embodying loving kindness practice for you. And this is one of our very favorite for transforming pain and creating a new context where we can use pain as a valuable resource.
Yeah, a fuel source to move from something that's limiting, debilitating, suppressing, oppressing into something that's freeing, energizing, and maybe even discovery. Kind of like a mine full of gems. I get to become a gem field and I can discover something new about myself with this practice.
Yeah, so this specific practice is called the FACT practice. We learned from two of our most favorite human beings, teachers on the planet, Gay and Katie Hendricks. And so we want to thank them for this because it's absolutely revolutionized how we consider our own pain, our clients' pain, and how we can reframe it.
Yes.
So step one, Nicole is going to be our demo person.
Me.
And we're going to go a little quicker so you can see all the details, but feel free to take it slower on your own, maybe even pause at each step.
Okay.
So F, facing. So what is it that you would like to have a new framework around an area of pain in your body or your life or your heart?
Well, I am experiencing pain in my body today in my right hip area.
Okay. All right, and that is something you'd like to transform your relationship with? Okay.
Yeah, because it comes up pretty frequently.
Okay, great. Now, I want you to use your imagination. I want you to imagine you can take that pain in the back of your right hip and begin to kind of move, circle around the room, and put that hip pain somewhere in the room. I want you to locate it. Just use your imagination. Don't be too serious, but face toward that pain.
Okay, I'm going to use this little stick.
Okay.
Put it on the floor here.
Just got a stick on the ground. That's your right hip pain.
Right there.
Now, I want you to imagine like you're playing peekaboo.
Okay.
So take turns facing it and then face away. And do that in all kinds of different ways. And maybe you even pick up your feet. Maybe you tried the angle. And practice both turning towards that and turning away. And I love that you're using different rhythms, different activities. So seriousness doesn't really work well for healing. So the more playful you can do it, play peekaboo with it. And do that until you feel a felt sense of some kind of shift.
Yeah, I just started burping and I feel a little tingly sweat underneath my armpits.
Great. And so now I want you to fully, with an open posture, sometimes we try to avoid or tighten or resist. I want you to fully open posture face that right hip pain.
Okay.
And as you face that, create the sound of curiosity. Open into a wondrous state of wondering curiosity and ask yourself, what about this haven't I fully faced?
What about this haven't I fully faced? Okay, so what about this haven't I fully faced? What about this haven't I fully faced?
Taking very copious breaths, being generous with your time. Wait till you feel a little shift. Wait till something kind of drops in.
What about this haven't I fully faced?
Yeah, and you might hear she's repeating the question, and she's opening to that right hip pain that she's placed in the room. And when something bubbles up to the surface, let us know.
I haven't fully faced that it's like a regular, like it's chronic, but I think that it's more like, I haven't fully faced that, I feel like it's related to my knee pain, my knee tension.
Okay, great. Perfect. So you haven't fully faced that maybe there's a connection
There
between
might
that
be a connection.
and another area of pain in your body.
Yeah, that these two areas might be connected.
Perfect. So continue to breathe, enjoy a few deep breaths, maybe inhale through your nose. A little sighing breath. That helps to kind of lubricate the flow of energy, of creativity. And now ask yourself, what's the hardest thing to accept about all of this?
Ooh, okay.
That's
the
the
hardest?
A in the FACT.
What is the hardest
accepting.
thing to accept about all this?
Practice facing, then we practice accepting. What's the hardest thing to accept about this right hip pain?
Well, immediately came up was the hardest thing for me to accept is that I can do something about it. I think I've looked for other things or other people or other resources to fix this part of my body, to fix this part of my body. And that I have, I don't always take full charge of my, like, responsibility for taking care of it.
Okay, great. Perfect. So I want you to practice that with your body. So with one hand, I want you to say, I accept that I haven't taken responsibility for this hip pain. And with the other hand, I want you to say, I don't accept responsibility for this hip pain. And repeat that several times.
All right, I don't accept 100% responsibility for this hip pain, knee pain thing. And I do accept taking responsibility for my pain.
Yeah, that one took a little longer.
Yeah.
So keep going back and forth.
I don't accept taking responsibility for my pain. And I do accept taking responsibility for my pain.
Great. A few more times. Yeah,
I feel like
wonderful.
I feel like the words get stuck in the mouth.
Yeah, so noticing your body
don't
sensations as you do this.
Taking responsibility for my pain.
Notice how she adds the word and. We don't want to use but. We want to connect these two parts of us. We're never 100%. Generally, we're not 100% in one direction or another. We are paradoxical. We contradict ourselves. We might actually accept something. At the same time, we don't accept something. So in this way, we're creating inclusivity. We're connecting these. And I'm hearing Nicole burping and breathing differently. So I'm imagining there's a shift there.
Yeah, so then
Great.
shift.
Yeah, I see a little more energy and light in your face. And yeah, openness and exploration. So
Pardon me.
facing, accepting. Then the C is choosing. So this is where we make all the choice. So a few more generous and begin to create little friendly small movements with your hands, your fingers, your arms. Yeah. And ask yourself, what do I really want about all of this?
What do I really want about all of this?
Yeah. And at home, you might be walking around. You don't have to stay in front of the camera. What do I
immediately
really
right away
want?
it was like, I want this to be resolved.
You want this to be resolved. Yes. Perfect. And for those of you who don't get that idea right away, you could ask it in different tones with different expressions. You could be like, what do I really want about all of this?
What do I really want
Or you
about
could
all
be,
this?
what do I really want about all of this?
What do I really want
Or,
about all
what do I really want about? So make it playful till something occurs to you. So that came real fast.
That was
for
really
you.
quick. Yeah, it took me a while.
So that's
other ones,
the C is a new choice, a new way to frame your relationship with this. So the T is taking action. So we could talk about this all day, but unless we get the rubber where it hits the road, we don't have that material, impactful experience. So with the T, I want you to ask yourself, what is the simplest, most pleasurable action step you can take toward getting what you want?
What is the simplest, most pleasurable action step I can take toward getting what I want?
Yeah.
To getting resolving this.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you get to resolution, but the simplest, easiest,
the first step.
just the first little baby step. What would an action be that would be simple and actually feel good to you, that would be realistic, that you could take moving forward toward your goal, toward your choice of resolving this? Yeah, I like that you're humming and moving. If you start to feel like you're not moving, you might be stuck. So keep moving in your kinesphere, your body will accelerate your creativity. So do you have a simple, most pleasurable action step you can take toward resolving this right hip stuff?
I'm feeling like a walk might be really nice.
Yeah.
And then I also just saw around our house we have these cool little therapy balls, and I'm thinking that might be really nice too. And that sounds really, really pleasurable.
Great.
And it's really simple.
So you only have to pick one.
All right, so I think I'm going to do the therapy ball, just kind of roll out my hip.
Just going to do a little self-compression massage with the therapy ball. Okay. And very important, here's the second part of the T of taking action. We want to get a by when.
Okay,
So
I'll do it before tonight's over.
Okay, so before you go to sleep,
Before I
before
go to sleep.
midnight tonight,
Yeah.
you're going to take action.
I'm going to roll out my hip before I go to bed tonight.
Perfect. Great. And I'm not her accountant. I'm not her boss. I'm not accountable for it. She's accountable for it.
Right.
So you might even want to jot down what you discovered in terms of what you hadn't faced, what is the hardest thing to accept, what your new choice is, and your commitment about when you will, what action you'll take, and by when. So if you decide to explore this, please let us know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
We find this is a very elegant way to reframe pain as something that is negative, hurtful, useless, and we can transform, we can actually compost our pain in ways that they can be of service to us.
Mm-hmm.
We can use suffering and pain can be of value if we get open.
Well, I know I certainly feel a little lighter, a little more clear, and kind of refreshed, like a refreshment in my energy system after doing that. So
Great.
thanks.
Great. Thank you for playing,
Mm-hmm.
and thanks for joining us on that discovery.